My name's Damon Cross. It's been almost a month. I actually have been training really hard. I've been missing YouTube for a while, and I have to focus on my training. So here is my training. It was the most intense I've ever done. I was able to bring my fitness from nearly zero to nearly peaked, and today I'm gonna share you how I did this and how I nutrition myself after I come back from Tibet, which is at August 19. I felt like I was like a monster, and even though my fitness wasn't high, but if I push really hard and I recovered like instant, and like I was doing fighting words for 1.5 minutes, right? Giving it all, and I breathed like a dog, like you know. And as soon as I stopped pedaling, I was like instant cover, like good. Good to go. Yeah, because since my blood was so sick after the altitude training, which is pretty fun thing to do. So at August 20th, targeting my as you can see here, I did 200 watts warm up just to get my engine warming, and then do a little bit near 300 watts for around 1 minute, getting my heart rate up and adapt to the pace, and then 291 watts for 6.5 minutes, and that's it. At that day, that was all I got. After that, I was totally wrecked. I feel like I cannot walk. And then August 21st, recovering day, and August 22, start training again. This time, I was able to hold 300 watts for 20 minutes within 3 intervals. As you can see here, 300 watts, 300 watts. So after 1 day of recovery, I was doing 3 times. Moving on, August 24th. The goal is to expand the volume to hold 300 watts as long as I can. At August 27th, after 2 days of recovery, and we got a bad weather. This is not smog, this is humidity. It's like, it's just hard to breathe, and I was totally wrecked. This is like, yeah. Because at that day I sweat so much, so going back home added some salt back to my system. So now you start to see the soul shape and goes, and now says I was doing like 6 intervals. Expand the volume. Actually, it's the day after I did another. This one I was a little bit targeting different stuff because there was a race coming up from nowhere, and I decided to have fun and to go more like a local hill climb event. So in order to targeting that little hill climb, which is around 8 minutes, so I did 400 watts intervals, 2 minutes times 6, and I guess it's just another day. Moving on to the race, I ended up getting 2nd place. I always getting 2nd place, and who said a hill climber is a short guy? I'm 6 foot, so I ended up doing 366 watts for 8 minutes, 5.46 watts per kilo for me. Fairly good, judging by the length of my training. And here we're back again. 300 watts for totally 77 minutes. I actually made a video here. You can see the shape of the sole after one little warm up the hill, and then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, around 8 minutes each of 300 watts, and that's about that day. September 4th, after 2 days of a recovery, I did this 296 watts for 72 minutes, but within 4 intervals. As you can see, I had similar volume but actually fewer intervals. At that day, I did 4 hour 45 minutes, weighted average 244 watts. And as usual, I was totally wrecked. Every time of this crazy training, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. I couldn't walk. So September 4th, just right at the afternoon, I was like, yeah, doing another mountain bike recovery ride. I just couldn't stay at home. September 6th, since there's another race coming, come on, let's do this. Here's my teammates. Come on, let's do this. I was like, oh yeah, okay, fine. Since my goal was to expand my volume, and we all know the crate requires a lot of VO2 max. I tried to do 500 watts for 1 minute, and my best was 404 for 59 seconds. And then try to hold 600 watts for half a minute. I did 618 for the first one, 586 for the second. September 7th, recovery ride, just don't want to stay at home. And then is this race. I rode 100k because I warmed up for 15k prior to this race. The actual course was around 86k. The other guys, they were at their peak form. Those people, for some reason, the harder they get, the more frequent they train. And I'm like the polarized. I don't want to ride at hard condition. So I was ended up 2 hour 46 minutes, weighted average 245. I wasn't at my peak form, but I did my best. And think about it, I come back at August 18. Since my training was so intense, so I was able to hold the wheel to the end of it, and the bunch sprinting I dropped because I don't have the wheel to max. As you can see at the last part of it, my wallet just dropped like free fall, and the last sprint I only did 300 watts for 1 minute. I wasn't nervous. Why? Because I warmed up properly 6 minutes and half, 300 watts, just to get engine warm up. And during the race, I wasn't nervous at all. In fact, I did another 300 watts for around 11 minutes. This time my goal is to give it all in the race. I used to hide in a bunch and didn't push too much power. At the end of the sprinting, my body was just not warm up properly, and I actually did well, but since my volume wasn't too high, so at the end of it I dropped a little bit. It was a hard day, but I still managed to hold the 6th place. I was happy. Recovered September 9th, September 10th, and September 11th. Actually, this time I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You remember last time I did 4 times, right? To add 1 intervals to every single ride. So I'll be like, so next time, maybe September 13th, I will be like doing 6, which was crazy speed to try to expand the volume. So September 12th recovery ride. I really shouldn't ride it. I should just stay at home because I don't want my legs to be sore. 1 day of recovery just cannot do the job. And September 13th, keep riding. This time, indeed, 1 more time. At that, it was 3.5 hours, 248 watts weighted average. Crazy. September 16th, after 2 days of recovery, 2 days was better than 1 day. This time 300 watts, actually 297 watts for 137 minutes. It's actually more than 2 hours. And at the end of it, I did 300 watts for another 360 watts for another 4 minutes. So after the training, come back home, I weighed myself from 70 to 68. So this time I did it for 8 times. I actually did 2 more because why not? Because I just could. Yeah, crazy motherfucker. It started to getting pretty looking, And I rode in this mountain for 100k. So after 300 watts times 8 intervals, and at the end of it, probably after burned at least 2500 calories, I did 360 watts for 4 minutes. Hard, but okay. And then another 2 days later, September 18th. Oh, actually 1 day later, September 17th, I did recover, and September 18th, you know what? I did this for 10 times. 2 more. 2 more. And this time, since I don't have the legs, because I only have 1 day recover, so I ended up 289 watts at 156 minutes, or 285 watts at 176 minutes. That's nearly 3 hours. So I was doing 285 watts for nearly 3 hours within 10 intervals. And this time, the last interval, I wasn't being able to hold 300 watts, so also I was a little bit bored, so I decided to do this 350 watts for intervals, 400 watts for half a minute intervals. That was like after burn at least 2500 calories. I guess it was just another day of a crazy, insane training schedule. And then September 22, after 3 days of a proper rest, I had my legs and I had this race. I ended up having 2nd place. And here you can see RMB 600. What's that means? That means my first actual money coming from a bicycle race. I did this better than I expected. I ended up only 2.5 minutes after the first place, which is kind of big deal locally. This dude, he does mainly on mountain bikes. I didn't expect I was just this little bit after him, because this is like 4 hours of effort. So I don't have a power meter on my mountain bike, so here are the estimated. Before the race started, I was a bit nervous as usual, but the difference is this time I warmed up properly. I think I did 300 watts for 10 minutes before it, because a start of a cross-country race is always gonna be intense, and if you're not warmed up, and right after starting, your mind will tell you that those guys are so fit and I'm not belongs to that group, and then you dropped and then you drop forever. But if you keep up, they will like just a little bit more fitter than you are. So if you keep up, then they will slow down. That's the game. If I knew that I was close, I would probably push it at the last 2 laps. And the last 2 laps, I was like, yeah, chilling, right? So that's it. A month, 3 races, insanely intense training. Here you go. That's how I train. That gives you a little bit idea of how much it takes to stand on the podium. And the reason I was able to do this crazy training and at the end having results is because I have the passion and I just purely love this. And I'm just this crazy weird guy that just loves the feeling of on the bicycle. That's maybe the reason I can be successful on it. And I knew it. Snack time. And the first one is Harry whatever, it's from France. It's a vegetable can. The reason I can have cooked vegetable to eat anywhere I go, especially when I for the racing days, so where that it isn't pretty convenient for me to have cooked vegetable because I want to have precious fiber that I love and sodium into my body. And I used to buy those cans for 5 RMB. Now it's getting too expensive that I couldn't afford. And the second place, Italiano mais is actually my favorite canned food. It's gone. It's just gone because China don't produce those stuff. And it's salty. The maize tastes really good. And it's just the best canned food. And I cannot buy it now, which I miss so much. I've already finished all my stock. Then next one, fruit juice. It tastes so good. I used to have them like 3.5 RMB per can, and it just is the best drink I've ever tasted, and it's sweet, fantastic drink I've ever tried. I wish I would brought 10 cans of, it's like 100 cans. Whatever. Next one, heritage meal. This one 5 RMB for like 400 grams of this oats. Really good price, and it's out of stock. This is red bean paste. For me, I mix it with sticky rice, sometimes some dry grapes. So my favorite food. Moving to next, grass jelly from Thailand. The price is so good. It's so cheap. It is upon the expiry rate, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Even it is expired, it doesn't mean it's gonna rotten immediately. It takes time, and you can eat absolutely no problem. But most people don't accept this. It tastes good. I like jellies. Moving to next, Philippine pineapple and coconut meat. Delicious and cheap. I'm gonna buy a lot of them, and it seems like it still have a little bit in stock. Woo, let's get quick. Delicious mustard. It's cheap. It is really important ingredients in the vegetable mix. It says 1 gram. It shouldn't be. It should be like 10 grams of dry mangoes from Vietnam. And you know what? 1.3 RMB for 10 grams, 100 grams for 13, 1,000 grams for you do the math yourself. It is cheap. Dry mangoes are delicious. Dry fruit cake from Germany and cheap. So I brought a lot of them. Corn flakes, like 3 RMB. It's nearly expired. Also from Sante. I like this really much. Yeah, you can see this is about to expire. So they sell it like a 5 RMB for 350 grams. You know, 5 RMB is nothing. It tastes pretty good. I had them before. Moving to next. Delicious. Spicy sweet stuff is the best thing in the world. And you know what? 2 RMB, like pennies. That's why I spend so much time on those stuff, because it pops up from like nowhere and very quickly it will be sold out of stock because people are looking for this. It's one way to get away of expensive living costs. Moving to the next one, I'm not sure this is gluten free and animal product free, but those British chips looks pretty good. and it's cheap. It's cheap. Yeah, I will try one. Yeah, pretty much that's it. As soon as those really cheap food out of stock, and you just cannot have them anymore. You have to wait. You have to like search every day, wait them to pop up again, and then quickly buy them. So apart from wrapping paste and sticky rice and vegetable soup, those snacks are the source of energy to fill up my insane training. I'm Diamond Cross, and see you next time.